welcome to our time today. I'm Lori Lamantia, and I'm here with the wonderful Tricia Fisk.
Good morning, everybody.
And today we're going to talk about the power of Yoga Nidra. And the concept behind Yoga Nidra is it's kind of usually called Yoga Sleep, but it's really unfortunate because there's so much more power and magic that happens when you do a Yoga Nidra practice. And Tricia is a certified Yoga Nidra teacher and is going to be doing a training and practices on this at 360 Yoga in Naperville. And if you go to Google and type in 360 Yoga Naperville, you'll read more. But so today we wanted to talk about how instrumental Yoga Nidra can be as a part of your abundance practice. Actually, that's my intention. And Trisha's going to talk a little bit more about what Yoga Nidra is, why it's so powerful, and give us a background into the magical uniqueness of this kind of yoga practice. So I'm going to turn it over to Trisha. Trish, why don't you do your teacher magic and tell us about Yoga Nidra?
All right. Well, I'm going to share um, from my teacher, Rod Stryker, who is actually has written a book on Yoga Nidra, and Richard Miller, who I think a lot of people know. He's written several books on Yoga Nidra and has done Yoga Nidra extensively with people with trauma. And in particular, soldiers coming back from war, Afghanistan, Iran, with trauma that they acquired there, and using Yoga Nidra as a way of healing for that. So there's different. Let's see. Let's make this
What
easy.
is
There's three
Yoga
different.
Nidra?
Yeah, there's
Because
three
like I just
definitions.
remember setting up your nest and laying down and getting all comfy cozy and
Right.
almost falling asleep or mostly
Right.
falling asleep.
Yeah. Well, that happens too. But so there's three definitions of Yoga Nidra. One is sleeping with awareness, sleeping with a trace of awareness. So it's your body, you get your body very relaxed and calm. So you're in your parasympathetic nervous system, but you're still aware. You're not asleep. Although if you're pretty, if things in your life have been going very stressful, it's not unusual to fall asleep when you're doing yoga nidra, either in this first
Yeah.
stage, because it's just the act of relaxing um, allows you to go to sleep, which is one of the things people know about yoga nidra right now. I have to say there's a lot of apps that have yoga nidra on them that are specifically just to help you sleep,
Mhm. Right.
but it goes much deeper with that. The second is sleeping on the cloud of yoga. And Richard Miller talks about this one a lot. Rod Stryker does as well, but it's a key feature in Richard Miller's work about you're being able to hold dual emotions like anger and joy, um, physical things like coldness and heat. You hold these things simultaneously, pairs of opposites. You can hold them simultaneously and they become non-dual, which
Beautiful.
is which is pretty amazing too. And then the third intention of it is this state of higher consciousness, um, where the space is void of objects. So it's not subject object consciousness, but you are aware. You're still aware. So you're aware that you're sleeping, that you're doing yoga nidra, that you're listening to somebody guide you, and yet there's a higher consciousness observing all.
Mm.
That's the highest state. And of course, the challenge for that is you need to not fall asleep
Right.
when you're so relaxed in order to get to that place. And that place takes, I, I hate to use the word practice, but I think it takes doing Yoga Nidra way more than one time to be able to trust the process of relaxing so much and yet not feeling like you need to fall asleep. I did, this is a 5-day immersive training with Rod Stryker, and I had just moved and, been in my sympathetic nervous system for going through a move. And the first 3 days I was there, I think I fell asleep every single time we
Yeah,
started doing
right.
Yoga Nidra, because I
Yeah.
went with a friend and she kept poking me to wake me
You're
up.
snoring.
Right, right.
That's cute.
But finally, by the last 2 days, I didn't fall asleep and I was able to stay awake and be comfortable in my parasympathetic nervous system going through the relaxation technique, but staying aware of what was happening. But so it did take it, we live stressful lives, and it takes us a bit to be able to move from outside to inside and be comfortable with that, be comfortable with really moving into that space of consciousness, which is not judging, or it's that non-dual space again that you and I have been talking about, where it's you're there kind of watching everything but not being moved by it,
Right,
moved
right.
out of this conscious place by what is around you.
Thank you. That was a beautiful overview, and I'm hoping people are starting to feel or can feel that difference because that place of equanimity and presence that Yoga Nidra is able to bring you into is where to me the power comes, and that's why I wanted to title this "The Power of Yoga Nidra." Because there is such power in that place when you've allowed yourself to go there and allowed yourself to experience it. And originally, I wanted to call this the power of Yoga Nidra to allow abundance. And Tricia said, well, yeah, but that's not fully it. So, and I thought your reason why was really beautiful.
Well, if you're entering through the stages of Yoga Nidra to the final one that we just talked about, this definition of consciousness, then in that stage, you're in a state of complete abundance. You're not looking for it. Nothing needs to come to you. Everything is already there. So you don't have
There's
to
no
look out.
no abundance. There's no duality. You've risen above that.
Exactly. Yes. There's no duality about abundance. You are all of that.
Yeah, and that
So
wise one is looking down and going, oh, or not looking down, but is present enough to see even that idea of abundance, no abundance as a not is not what's the right word? It's not a state. It's more of a human experience than this bigger, larger consciousness.
exactly. It's a human thing, defining it in a way that makes it dualistic, right? Which
Mm.
is what we humans do so well.
Right. And it's again why I love Yoga Nidra because it starts to I wanted to say shut down, but remove us from that idea so that we can experience ourselves as who we really are when we're not when we're not, humaning and thinking and doing and like you said, being stressed and active, so active.
Right, right. I heard Richard Miller, I'd like to share what he says about this too. Yoga Nidra is an ancient sacred yogic process of meditation that can be practiced for countless reasons to induce profound relaxation in your body and mind. And that would be the first stage. To eliminate stress, overcome insomnia, solve personal and interpersonal problems, resolve trauma, and neutralize and overcome anxiety, fear, anger, and depression. The process deepens the experience of meditation and encourages meditative inquiry in order to unravel the mystery of life and answer such questions as, who am I? Why am I? What is all of this? And what is enlightenment?
Wow. Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's a one-stop shop for it
It
does it
really
all.
is.
I've always thought, oh my God, it's so easy. Just do yoga nidra and your whole life shifts and changes. Why work so hard at all this other stuff?
Right. It really is very profound. It is very profound. Yeah.
You were saying that it takes us through different stages brainwave stages too, I think. Or are
Yes.
these the
Yes.
three stages you wanted to talk about?
No, those are the different stages of benefits of this. But hang on, I've got my little chart here.
And sometimes I don't think the brainwave stages match as much as the energy states that you were just saying. You start to get to a
Right.
profound state of relaxation, which is a brainwave state, and then a profound sense of seeing duality, which is so powerful, not engaging in it. And then that
Right.
third one rising above it. And those are all stages of brainwave.
So there are different intentions for Yoga Nidra. And this is again from Rod Stryker's material, but the first stage is healing. And that is, again, being able to just, if you're not sleeping, if you're stuck in your sympathetic nervous system and you're trying to work into your parasympathetic nervous system just for calm and healing, Yoga Nidra can be used for that. And that actually, not just the nervous system but physical healing as well. Yoga Nidra can be used for physical healing because normally injuries and physical ailments relate to emotional stuff too. I
Mhm.
mean, we know that from psychology now. And then the second intention is cognition, sharpening your mind, intellect, memory, and intuition. And that's, what that thing of opposites again, where in our normal life, opposites create duality, which creates an issue. But in Yoga Nidra, we can experience these opposites simultaneously, and it creates a non dual experience of them instead of duality. And then there's transformation, pure intellect, and that describes your identification with your limited self, like understanding that a lot of our limits in our life are choices that we make and decisions that we make, that we are limited. And so this provides the opportunity to just, again, this consciousness of just seeing that, which then opens us up to the ability to change our mind
Right.
and
Yeah.
maybe let go.
Sometimes you're
Right,
unconscious of, you don't know what you don't know. You don't allow yourself to see what you're seeing.
right. And then, so the next practice would be sankalpa, which is setting an intention. And you to do a sankalpa, you need to be really clear on it before you go into the state of Yoga Nidra. And then the idea is you're planting your intention in your unconscious. Instead of it just being a conscious thought, you're planting it into your unconscious where there's not the resistance there is in your conscious mind.
Mhm.
Then the last one, which is spiritual awakening or transcendence of all states, pure consciousness. And this, according to yoga, is samadhi, being in a state of samadhi.
Beautiful. It's you. I guess I can't say how much I really think Yoga Nidra is like the key to so much wonderful experience of who we really are. And we go through all these processes, and really, Yoga Nidra is so simple and so elegant.
Right. It's somehow learning the ability to not do or not control, and to just relax into our natural state, which is this state of connection to the divine and peace. I mean, it's the goal of yoga, if you will, is to get to this state of samadhi. And Yoga Nidra is a way in there directly. I've heard my teacher Rod Stryker even say that one of the reasons people take, drugs like mushrooms and stuff like that is to work them into this state of transcendence, and that Yoga Nidra does the same thing, but
Right.
you're doing it, and you're right. It's not happening to you chemically. It's happening to you through your allowance of
Yes.
this. Right.
Yes. Well said. Thank you. So, from a listener perspective, we really encourage you to consider the power of Yoga Nidra, to explore what it can do as far as your journey. And I want to say your abundance journey, because as you journey in, you really do see that it's already all here. And that another beautiful way for Yoga Nidra to support us. And it's so graceful. It's just a lovely, lovely experience. And Tricia is a fabulous Yoga Nidra teacher. I mean, her voice and her approach, I mean, I can't say enough about you as a Yoga Nidra teacher. And I would highly encourage people to consider going to your training at 360 in Naperville. But wherever, at some point, I'm hoping that Tricia puts these up on her website, and you can go to her website, triciafist.com, because I think you're going to really see the power, and you're going to really feel what Yoga Nidra can do for unlocking your truth, remembering your truth.
Right. Reconnecting with it. Yeah. And right. Again, specifically, if you want to work with prosperity and abundance, and we've spoken to this before, all we're really trying to do is clear ourselves of that there are limits. We're
Right,
trying
the
to
idea.
to eliminate the idea that there are limits to this. And depending on what we've learned from our families and experiences that we've had, we watch the stock market or things that, the country goes into a depression, stuff like that. We tend to allow those outside influences influence our beliefs.
Right.
So, yeah, this is a way through that.
Marianne Williamson said basically that we're all in the middle of a mass hallucination. And even though we're hallucinating, it doesn't make it true. It just means we're all hallucinating. And
I like that. Yeah.
it's like the Matrix. I think I rewatched the Matrix because every time you watch it, you realize just how much of uh I don't want to say, I guess I want to say game, or a thing that's going on here that we think it's real, but it's really not. The real is what it's what you decide it to be. And when you go into that Yoga Nidra state, you realize, oh, I have a choice about all of it. But first, I got to pull myself out of the illusion and the hallucination.
Right.
And,
Right. And what better way to do it than through relaxation?
Right. Something so beautifully graceful and easy,
Right.
easy.
Right.
Instead of all this hard work, having to go to all these classes, and oh, I could just do some yoga sleep. I think it's almost like a
Right.
cosmic joke or something. Like, okay, you guys can do all that stuff, but all you have to do is chill and go in and go deeper. So thank you everyone for being here with us. I hope you explore the power of Yoga Nidra. And if you are called or interested, please check out Tricia's class coming up in February.
Thank you, everybody.
Have a great week. Love you all.
Love you all.